All right, Bush 16 Stone. That's what we're doing. This is Album Redesign Part 2. I'm going to be doing a series of these where I'm going to be going through an album for each letter of the alphabet. I did a Tom Petty for P. This is now Bush, which is obviously B. 16 Stone, this was Bush's first album. I definitely took some inspiration from their second album cover as well, which was Razor Blade Suitcase. I'll show you them both at the end and compare them to mine. The first half of this, you're going to see a lot of working with the type. I tried to go edgy, I tried to go grungy, I tried to go alternative with it, while at the same time being my style. I would loosely describe my style as very prog with a bit of 90s alternative inspiration to it. And the original 16 Stone was done by David Carson Design, and the Razor Blade Suitcase was done by Von Oliver and Adrian Philpott, if I am not mistaken. As you can see here, I'm just going through different font ideas, just going through, try this one, try this one, try this one. Wasn't sure, didn't want it to look too corporate, didn't want it to look too clean. So it's like, okay, how do I do that? How do I make it look interesting and not boring, at the same time not go overboard? So as you can see here, I'm starting to change it so that I'm doing a different treatment for each letter, which is an idea that I ended up sticking with. As you can see here, you're going to see me messing around with them, not just different fonts, but just messing around with the scale, the rotation. I will do the same for 16 Stone. You'll see me going through a bunch of treatments. With all of these, I'm not trying to say mine is necessarily better, just saying this is my design, my redesign, my style. Just a fun personal project. I wanted to make this one a little bit more different. Like, of all the redesigns I've been doing lately, this one is definitely the furthest extreme away from the original one. As you can see here, I'm still messing around with different type ideas. Wasn't sure. I definitely went through a lot. Working with trying to choose a font for a project can be very difficult, because it's like type design choices are supposed to be objective, but it's like there just seems to be so much opinion in it, and it just seems like it's so like, okay, well, just pick one, right? It's like, how do I know? How does it speak? What kind of mood or emotion is this getting off? Is it right for the music? Is it right for the brand? Is it right for the style? It can be very difficult. As you can see here, I'm just messing with all the letter forms at this point. Like, okay, how do I break this up? How do I make it feel alternative? How do I make it not feel clean, corporate, Swiss design? How do I not make it feel pretty? How do I make it feel grungy, edgy, destroyed? And as you'll see, as this project goes on, I just add more and more texture, more variation, more grunge to try to get that effect going. Like, if it looks aligned, if it looks clean, it's not right. There were definitely, when I was going through and I was editing this, there were a number of times where I even just went into my Adobe fonts list that I cut out and just started searching in there too, so you're not seeing that. And again, I will show the Razor Blade Suitcase cover at the end as well. I definitely took some inspiration from that one, because it has a very similar, like, kind of beat up, cut up treatment that I ended up going with on this one. As you can see here, I'm messing with the letter forms, which is not something I normally do. It's different for me. Normally, I'm like, I'm not a font designer. I trust the font designers. You font designers know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing at designing fonts, so I'm going to let you do it. And I will just support you by using your fonts. That's usually how I do it. So this was me going out of my regular territory. Man, I really second guessed myself on my font choices on this one. You see here, just trying to get that cleaned up here, trying to get that in here, trying to make sure that, I don't know, I was feeling it. I just felt like that weight needed to be nice and clean there at the bottom. It's like I'm just looking at it, looking at the BUSH as a composition at this point in time, and the name Bush definitely ended up very loud in the end. I mean, it already is here, looking back on it. And this is a few weeks after I did this. I'm obviously doing this voiceover in post. It's at 500% speed. As you can see there, I literally put a scale in there. If I'm not mistaken, 16 stone is a measurement of weight, if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of went literal. And I obviously didn't stick with it because I ended up putting a literal rock in there. And you'll see I'm going through blending modes, I'm going through color lookup tables, do some level adjustments. I mess with blending modes of the color lookup tables, throw gradients on there. These are all things I have a tendency to do when I'm working with imagery. This is the fun part to me. Just have fun with the color, have fun with the contrast, get some effects going. I end up not going with, I went through some funky looking colors. I ended up messing around with it. Ended up not going with that purplish look. And yes, I am using free stock graphics. I use Unsplash, Pixabay, Pexels. Apologize for not knowing the credit for all these things off the top of my head. Thank you to whoever puts those things online, of course. Just kind of working quickly, grabbing things, putting them in there, trying to make the speaker feel like it's in there, trying to put pieces of the rock in front of it, try to paint some shadow underneath there, try to make these elements not look like they were just completely slapped on there. And yes, I am cheesily going with a speaker on a literal rock for rock music. I was like, I had no idea what to do, and I just went with it. Speaker on a rock. I kind of like that red. I'm glad I didn't stick with it, but I did think that looked kind of cool. I do like the nice contrast. The black and white I thought was working really well. Now this is something interesting because I ended up not sticking with this. I think this looks cool, like that really hazy looking, like we're out in the water in the mountains when there's, you know, like some, I don't know what that effect is called. It's a very hazy mist, fog. I guess, you know, just fog, I guess, but just thought of it as like this cool, like hot spring effect. But in the end, I ended up scaling it back and not using it. It does have the effect of keeping the BUSH nice and clean up there. I like it being strong and not having the distraction around it. So that did work fairly well. I like how the SIXT is like off from the EEN. Makes it look nice and messed up and grungy looking. I do think that's kind of a cool effect. So it's not too clean. Very 90s. That's what I was going for. Wanted to look very David Carson. David Carson did do the cover design for this. And I tend to put textures both behind the foreground elements and in front. You'll see I'm putting stuff in front to try to like blend, again, just blending the speaker and the rock together, and try to make them look cohesive and give them a style so it doesn't just look like, yeah, you just slapped a stock graphic on there. And they're still a little bit disjointed. You'll see me, all right, now I start going nuts with different texture ideas here, and I just start having fun with it, and I just try this. That's kind of my philosophy, is just get creative, Don't break your creativity by overthinking it. Just try something. Doesn't work, doesn't work. And you can always just scale something down, like, 2% opacity if you want to, and just blend things together. I don't know why I said 2%. Very fine, very fine. You see here with these textures here, like, I don't worry about that seam. I'm just thinking about where it's going over. Like, I'm putting stuff over the speaker, I'm putting stuff over the bush. You'll see what I do here in a second. Trying to get some effects, trying to make that, again, not look nice and clean and corporate. Start painting it back. This doesn't exactly work this first attempt, and I start working with it. Looks a little airbrushy because I'm obviously airbrushing it out, but again, it's a starting point. I start thinking, I start messing around with it. Again, like that one didn't work, try this other one. Different type of pattern, different effect. Maybe when you put something in and it doesn't work, it'll just give you an idea for what you're looking for. So go ahead and just try something. And see again, like the color on that rock, I end up darkening up a bit. Right now it's a little bit on the, I don't know, orangey purple side. I'm not even sure what you would call it, but now we start breaking up the 16 stone a bit here. Again, just at this point, I'm just thinking of ways that I can add on to it, ways I can take it further. Whoa, that's obviously a lot, but mess around with it. Go, just adding subtle details. I end up adding a lot to the bush. By the end of this, I end up really getting nuts with the texture details on there. Try this, try that. If you're not familiar, Bush, their heyday was in the 90s. They were one of the mainstream alternative rock bands of the day. Very Nirvana inspired type of band. I was huge fans of those first two albums, 16 Stone and Razorblade Suitcase. Okay, now by this point it's like, all right, what else do I say? Because that's like, I'm just adding more texture, adding more detail. And a lot of times, sometimes I might use it, sometimes I might not, sometimes I might end up just a little bit in there. But one of the problems is that, like, I still have the silhouette of nice clean type, so I end up breaking the silhouette up later on, and it ends up definitely helping out a lot. And at this point, I'm really just looking at the entire thing as a whole. So I'm putting some of these textures in there, like some of it's affecting only individual parts, but like, see there, it's like I'm turning that on and off, and I'm trying that. Like, do I want that? It's like I'm getting little bits and pieces of things on the side and the bottom. Now, cracked window, kind of cool looking, right? And this is where things start getting chaos. This is where it really starts. It's like, all right, I'm going David Carson on this thing. Like, give me some edge. Now, once I do that, I feel like I really took it a little bit further, because it's like now the black silhouette doesn't look so clean because there's extra black around the edge. So it looks like something was scraped off or worn off or stuck. Now at this point, obviously, literally taking little sticker graphics and throwing things on that speaker. I think part of it is just, I don't want to just have it, again, I don't want it to look like, free stock graphic off the internet. Everyone's got it, everyone's using it. I want to just do something with it. Take it a little bit further. What can I do? make it my own. All right, now I start really working with that color down there because it was bothering me a little bit. Like, yeah, that's a lot more of a cooler tone there, more cohesive. Got a nice creepiness to it. Now you really start getting more edge down there at the bottom. You start to see that texture. And it gives a little bit of a nice compositional change because it's like the bottom is busier than the top, which helps to highlight, because there's nice negative space around bush, so it makes it easier to read. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Now this, I try this and I don't stick with it. I took these clean rocks and I just came with, at this point it's like, I'm trying to take it further, but you know, there's a saying in design, it's like, if it's not necessary, you can remove it. I end up not sticking with it. Like I thought of it and it's like, do I need it? Do I not? I'm moving it around. I eventually end up just, it's like the last thing I do. I end up taking it off. Just one last touch ups, just blending that black effect on there. Where do I want it? Where do I not? I thought it was a little too busy, just scaling it back. It's a little easier to read. Refining it. There we go. And I'm like, yeah, do I need it? No, I don't need it. And there it is. That's the last one. Appreciate you watching. Let me know if you like it. Yeah, I had fun with this one. In a second, I'll show the other two covers. Yeah, the original 16 Stone by David Carson on the left, and Vaughn Oliver and Adrian Philpott's Razor Blade Suitcase on the right. You can see I took some inspiration from the bush treatment there, just the kind of chaotic look of it. Had a lot of fun with this one. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.